Good afternoon. Today I'm going to cook a rotisserie chicken in my Emeril 360 air fryer. It's not going to be a chicken, it's going to be a Cornish game hen. When I measured the inside of this oven, I went from the rotisserie spindle to the bottom drip tray, and it's 4 inches. So that means I can put an 8-inch diameter chicken in there. When I went to the grocery store, the whole chickens looked pretty big. The smallest I could find was 4.98 pounds. I didn't bring a tape measure or a ruler with me to the grocery store because I didn't want people pointing at the weirdo measuring chickens. So what I did, I bought Cornish game hens because I want to see how well this cooks a rotisserie chicken. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on this, and they're not so much successes, they're not really fails, but as it's rotating, it slops on the spit and then it gets hung up on the bottom tray and it doesn't spin, and then people get disgusted and they call it quits. So I want to cook a Cornish game hen and see how the rotisserie process works. I want to duplicate a rotisserie chicken like my local grocery store makes because they're delicious. And if I could do that at home, I would be totally satisfied, because that's the main reason why I bought this thing, was to duplicate rotisserie chicken. The other reason why I bought a Cornish game hen is that because of its size, it's so small. Because all the videos I've seen on YouTube that just use this little drip tray, it's a mess. That oven is disgusting when it gets done with the amount of grease that comes out of there. I want to use the rack and the drip tray to try this. I'll put the rack in the bottom. I'm going to put the baking pan as the drip catcher. I'll put the game hen on the spit and get this baby fired up. I bought a fresh game hen, 2.2 pounds. Here we go. I've seen a lot of people fumble trying to tie these 2 legs together to truss it. Get yourself some butcher's twine and just cut yourself a piece, equal lengths. And then put your fingers through it. And all you gotta do is wrap these around. Now you have a loop. Just put this through the loop, and now you got a little lasso. And all you got to do are tie these legs together. How easy is that? Then just tie a half knot in the end and cut off the rest. Piece of cake. I'll tie the wings on so they don't flop around during rotation. Same principle for the nut around the wings. And if you pull these 2 ends, it gets a little tighter, and we'll just tie a half knot. Voila! We're gonna put it on the spit. Okay, she looks pretty well centered. We'll get that in Emeril's air fryer and give it a whirl. Okay, we're gonna select rotisserie. It's set for 375, 30 minutes. I'm gonna set it for an hour, that way I don't interrupt it doesn't shut off on me, because I don't know how long this is gonna take. I've set it for an hour. Preheat. I can be a weirdo in my own home. That Cornish game hen is a little less than 5 inches wide, about 3.5 tall. That should rotate in that oven, no problem, and we should have a perfectly rotisserized chicken when we're done. We're preheated, let's put this baby in there. Okay, we're in and turning. And you can see everyone's complaint right there. I do believe that's why people's chickens fall apart, because that spit is not of the best quality. There's a lot of slop on the internal guts of that rotisserie, which is pretty disappointing to me. It is starting to smell like roasted chicken in here. It's only been 10 minutes. We're almost 40 minutes into this Cornish game hen, and it looks really nice, and it smells really good in here. It's still spinning, hasn't fallen off, surprisingly. Let's do a temperature check. I have 155. Well, heck, now it's spinning the other way. You can hear that thing slam when it slops over. It is basting itself nicely. It smells really good. Take the temperature. We're in the 170s. I'm going to say that's done. I'm going to let it sit in there for a few minutes and we'll take it out. That Cornish game hen was 2.2 pounds at 48 minutes at 375. It looks and smells really good. I think it would have a more uniform brownness if the rotisserie wasn't so sloppy. There's the end result. Let's cut it open. It came right apart. Looks good. Wow. Okay, I'm going to cut the breast open. Okay, let's see what this tastes like. It's really good. Is it as good as my grocery store? Not quite, but this is the first one. It'll probably take a few to cook to figure out to get it just right. But it's very tasty, it's juicy, and it's good. The skin could be a little crunchier. The wing and the leg skin is very good, although those pieces are closer to the heat source. Now that I know the rotisserie theory works with that Emeril air fryer, when I make my grocery list next time, I'm going to draw me a line on my grocery list that's 8 inches long so I can go to the grocery store and kind of measure out chickens on the down low. I don't want to be the crazy guy measuring meat in the meat department. Because that Emeril air fryer does so many things, I'm happy with it. If I wanted to make just rotisserie chicken, I would get something else. Because that rotisserie is sloppy. Does it work? Yes. Is it quality? No. But it did get the job done. I don't know what it's going to do with a 4.5 or a 5 pound chicken. I really don't know if it's going to cut it. So we'll see what happens. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care.